Hey guys, today's quick review is a couple of new Enlan knives that I got from Gearbest. So the models are, let's see if I don't screw this up. This one is the EW091 and this one is the EL-17HT. Okay, so there's some good and some bad on the review. So let's start first with, I would say, the bad. So this one, EW091. The reason I purchased this knife is just I like the looks on the picture that Gearbest had. A couple of things that attracted me to this knife is like the perforated handle. I thought that was quite nice and quite different, and also the coating that they had on the blade, some kind of like titanium coating, one could say. Not really sure if it's titanium, but that's what it looks like to me. So the looks, I still like the look of the knife. I think it looks really nice, really sharp. So the looks are fine. The grip of the knife is not that great. I don't find it very comfortable when holding it. Maybe because I have like medium-sized hands, but I find this part to be too thick and it's just not very comfortable to hold. But you know, I could have lived with that. So that was for the good. So the looks, the coating, and overall the fit and finish of the knife, it's quite nice. Now for the bad. When I received this knife, I could barely deploy the blade. I mean, it was so tight that I had a hard time pushing the blade out. And it doesn't help that Enlan used this stupid like proprietary pivot screw, which is extremely hard to move. So I tried to unscrew a little bit the pivot screw with some tools, but I don't know if we can see on camera. I got basically the screw all scratched up, but I was able to move it enough just to be able to get a little bit better action on the knife. I guess I'll need to buy one of those tools that Gearbest sells to be able to adjust it a bit better. So that was one of the problems. The other problem was the locking. Oh, I forgot to mention that this is a frame lock, and the blade I think is around like 8 centimeters. The frame lock was just like extremely hard to push out to be able to close the knife. I mean, it was hurting my fingers like crazy. The only thing I did is, without taking the knife apart, I basically like pushed it and kind of tried to bend it as much as I could towards the other side, and that was enough to get it. I mean, to be able to close the knife properly. It's not perfect, it's still quite a bit hard, but at least now I can close it. So like I said, I'll need to unscrew this screw a little bit more, but it did get better. If I try to deploy it without wrist action, it's quite hard. If you flick the wrist a little bit, then it becomes easier. Not easy to do on camera, but let's see. So without wrist action, there's almost no chance to be able to deploy it. At least I can't. So that's for this one. Now the good. I was extremely happy with this one, the EL-17HT. Extremely well built. I mean, this one is a flawless knife, almost flawless knife in my opinion. Same thing, I like the coating on the blade. I guess similar coating as the other one, some kind of gray titanium. And I just like the overall appearance of the knife. Looks more like a Japanese knife with like the square at the back here. The blade, same thing. You can see it's not a regular tanto blade. It looks more like a Japanese style tanto blade. The scales are just beautiful. Gearbest site says it's G10, and you know, it feels like G10. You can see they even had some chamfering here, to allow for a thumb stud deployment. Look at the size of the liner. I mean, if you remove the scales, one could almost call it like a frame lock. This thing is so thick. And nice lockup. I would say it's probably 70% lockup, but very easy to unlock, not like the other one. The action is very smooth. I mean, you don't hear nothing grating. Like it just goes very smooth. Deployment is nice as well. So if I would have just one single cons on this knife, is that I wish they would have the detent ball to be a little bit thicker to create a little bit more retention, especially on a large blade like this. I think this one is 87 millimeters. You would have helped to have a little bit a stronger retention to be able to deploy it easier, more like, you know, in a single shot. I mean, by all means, it can be deployed, but the fact that there's this lack of retention, like it's very easy to just disengage the knife, right? I'm almost putting no force here at all, and it already comes out. If it would be harder to disengage it, then this pressure that would be built in would allow for the blade to fly out. But really, it's very minimal cons. Like, it would have just been a little bit nicer. The blade is perfectly centered. Fit and finish on this particular knife is perfect. Extremely happy with that. One thing that can be a cons for some people is due to these scales, the knife becomes quite thick. So, you know, some people might feel uncomfortable while carrying this in the pocket. But the scale being that thick doesn't take away from the comfort of the knife. The knife is very comfortable to hold, very nice on hand. Maybe one thing is, like, since the pocket clip is so protrudes so much, maybe like if people don't use the pocket clip, remove it and you'll be a little bit more comfortable. But if you're okay with the pocket clip, then it's fine. So yeah, if you like this style of knife, mine at least is perfect fit and finish. It's really nice. It would just be nicer if you deploy a little bit like smoother, but I mean not smoother, if you would have a bit more retention in order to get the blade to fly out. But the action is very nice on this one. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.